One of the teams in the chasing pack are Scotland, who were applying the finishing touches to their World Cup preparation at Murrayfield, the home of Scottish rugby.
We've tried to upskill them, get their fitness levels up and try and get their game awareness a wee bit better. So I've been really pleased with the development of the squad over the last 7 or 8 months. So I don't think there's anything else we could have done in that short space of time to get us all prepared for the World Cup.
Since moving over to the women's game, head coach Gary Parker has clearly enjoyed working with his non-professional squad.
The biggest difference between the women's game and the men's game is that you've got doctors, lawyers, police. You've got really highly qualified women that are playing rugby, and in the men's game it's not the same level of not education, but career-wise that they have. So they're certainly intelligent and they'll challenge you all the time.
A fine example of this is scrum half Sarah Gill. Away from the rugby field, she plays a very different role.
I'm a trainee orthopaedic surgeon, so I've done my junior doctor jobs and I'm now on an orthopaedic surgical programme. In orthopaedics we deal with bones, joints and soft tissue problems, so I see patients in clinics but also as emergencies and see a lot of fractures. Some of those we can manage in splints or casts and other ones we operate on.
And when her teammates suffer the inevitable bumps and bruises on the field, Gill's medical expertise can make her a popular figure in the dressing room.
Especially doing orthopaedics, you do get asked your opinion about teammates' injuries, etc. Usually by the players themselves. But sometimes I can give them some simple advice. But we have a very good medical team at Scottish Rugby with great team doctors and physios, and really I take a very much back seat in those situations.
As a girl growing up in Yorkshire, she played football for England youth sides. However, when she moved to Dundee in Scotland, Gill was introduced to rugby, and there was no turning back. Now, having already earned 23 caps, she can't wait for her first World Cup.
Excited, I think there's the right balance of, there's some nerves in there, and I think there's a real energy about getting there and getting going.
At the 2006 World Cup in Canada, Scotland came 6th, beating Spain, Kazakhstan and Ireland along the way. This squad retained some of those players, infused with fresh young talent.
I think in the last World Cup, Scotland played very well. I think we're a very determined team, and that's continued since the last World Cup into this one. And I know that there were some great performances, and we're certainly looking for a repeat of those performances.
This year they've been drawn in Pool C, alongside previous hosts Canada, Six Nations rivals France, and World Cup newcomers Sweden.
We've got an extensive library and had a look at a lot of the sides we're playing, Canada, France and Sweden, so they'll know Scotland inside out, and I'd like to think we'd know them inside out, and who knows what's going to happen.
Scotland suffered a disappointing Six Nations campaign earlier this year, claiming their sole victory against World Cup group rivals France. However, the team are sure they can step up to the mark when the tournament kicks off this week.
I think the Scotland women team's biggest asset going into this World Cup is the hard work and preparation time we've put into it, and we've gained a real understanding of our game plan, of how we want to play and what we need to do to execute that.
We'll be a typical Scotland side, we'll always rise to the occasion when people question whether we've got the intent or the ability to get there, and that's just part of the national trait, really.
With the best women's teams in the world all converging to do battle, the Scots have their own views on who will be lifting the trophy at the Stoop on September the 5th.
I'm personally very excited to see the New Zealand girls in action. Similarly, the England girls, and we recently played South Africa. I think they're a fantastic side. They're very physical, but you shouldn't underestimate their technical ability there. I think they're a superb side.
It's a strange one for me because I played soccer in New Zealand for 6 years, and I've got a New Zealand passport. My mum's from Leicester, she's English, and I'm coaching Scotland, and I'm a proud Scotsman, but I've got a wee sneaky feeling I think England will win the World Cup.